Good evening, and welcome to the induction ceremony for our MSc Attales chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. Please stand for our Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the playing of our national anthem.
Attention, salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, where still gallantly streaming, and the rockets red clear, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Please be seated. Board of Education members, members of our Absecon City Council, our Superintendent, Dr. Dooley, our National Junior Honor Society Advisor, Mrs. Sherry Leapy, our always supportive Absecon PTO, and members of our faculty, parents, and students, welcome to our 2024 National Junior Honor Society Induction Ceremony. We are gathered here to formally recognize those students who have been selected by our faculty for successfully completing their candidacy and who are being inducted into our MSc Attales chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. For our soon-to-be inducted members, we hope that this will serve to remind you of the standards of excellence you are charged with maintaining as members of the nation's oldest, largest, and most prestigious student recognition program. Our chapter is proud to be inducting our newest members and, with today's ceremony, indicates the emphasis on excellence that these inductees represent for both our school and community. In addition to the strong academic records which establish the eligibility for membership, our chapter members are leaders in many student organizations and will make a positive contribution to our Attales family and our community through many upcoming projects and service learning activities. We are excited about what is to be accomplished in the coming days through the collective efforts of the students you see here tonight and welcome their passion, energy, and leadership as new members of our National Junior Honor Society chapter. It is at this time that we proclaim to all in attendance that membership in the MSc Attales chapter of the National Junior Honor Society has been earned by these candidates through the effective demonstration of the 5 qualities that serve as pillars of our society. We will now review these qualities of scholarship, service, leadership, character, and citizenship for our candidates. We begin with scholarship.
Scholarship. Scholarship denotes a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours in reading and study, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivating mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education is ended, for human education ends only with the end of life. Knowledge is one great element in life, which leads to high success, and it can be acquired in only one way, through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past, the torch guiding us to understanding the present, and the light that illuminates the future. Candidates have the charge to continually expand their world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship.
Service. Service can be established in the routine of the day's work where many opportunities arise to help others both at school and in the community. A willingness to work for the benefit of those in need without monetary compensation or public recognition is the quality we seek in our membership and promote for the entire student body. We are committed to volunteering our time and talents to the creation of a better tomorrow.
Leadership. Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking initiative in the classroom and in-school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to reach their common goals of success. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interests for the interests of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in a school, community, or nation, they are ineffectual without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed. Thus, to lead is a meaningful and substantial charge to each one of our members.
Character. Character is the force within the individual that distinguishes each person from others. It creates for us our individuality and our goodness. It is that without which no one can respect oneself, nor hope to attain the respect of others. It is this force of character that guides one through life and once developed, grows steadily within. Character is achieved and not received. It is the product of constant thought and action, daily striving to make the right choice. The problem of character is the problem of self-control. We must be in reality what we wish to appear to others, to be rather than to seem, by demonstrating such qualities as respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship. We may hope to prove by example that we value character.
Citizenship. Citizenship relates to the obligation each member of our society faces to live up to the democratic ideas given to us by the founders of our country. The responsibilities each of us has to our home community, our state, our nation, and our world are many. As good citizens, we are bound to live up to the laws and guidelines which unite us all as a civilized society. Good citizens work together to improve not only our lives, but the lives of all of our fellow citizens. Good citizenship requires that we remain strong and vigilant in protecting the freedom and rights that have been granted to us and in protecting injustice from entering our lives. We, the members of the chapter, are called to live up to the high standards of citizenship from this day forward.
At this time, it gives me great pleasure to welcome Absecon City Councilwoman, Ms. Christine Parker, to the stage to say a few words to our inductees.
Good evening, Dr. Dooley, Principal Burns, Council, members of the Board of Education, teachers, staff, parents, students, and especially our 27 National Junior Honor Society inductees. I am Councilwoman Christine Parker, and I am here representing myself and Mayor-elect Tommy Marone. He really regrets not being able to be here tonight, but he wanted to tell each and every one of you how very proud he is of you. He knows how hard you've all worked and is really impressed. Dr. Dooley sent me the criteria for making National Junior Honor Society, and I am in awe of the amount of work you all put in to reach this high achievement. I'm sure everyone who's here is aware of the high grades you must receive in order to get this honor, and it's quite the feat. However, I am most impressed with the amount of volunteerism and community work you all put in to be here. I am so appreciative that many of you decided to commit many of your hours to me as Community Affairs Chair, right here in Absecon. You have been at the citywide cleanups, helping with Veterans Park, helped serve our seniors at our annual brunch, and many of you came to my rescue at Creek Fest this year. Your presence was not only appreciated, but it was delightful to see. You put smiles on our fellow citizens' faces by just being there. Your help is invaluable. Thank you for all this time you have dedicated to your studies, your clubs, and your sports, your churches, your community, and your family. Myself and Tommy both know what it is like to juggle many things at once. Being busy all the time is not easy, and you have all perfected this at such a young age. It does not come without its challenges, so if we can give you any advice moving forward, it is these two things. Never stop giving back to your community. No matter how old you get, how busy things are, don't forget your roots and give back to your hometown. Absecon is home, after all. Number 2, surround yourself with a good team and lean on them. It is not easy to manage it all: school, athletics, friends, volunteerism. But as both Mayor-elect and I know, you can't do it alone. Keep your friends, family, teachers, classmates close, and ask for help when you need it. This is never a sign of weakness, but a sign of knowing your limits. You have all proven that you can do it all, but you never have to do it alone. We are here for you, and we are cheering for you. Congrats on this great achievement. I hope to see you all at our remaining 2024 community events and all the Absecon events in 2025. You are our future, and it certainly looks bright.
I would now like to welcome our Board of Education representative, Ms. Linda Wallace, who would like to address our new inductees on behalf of our Absecon Board of Education.
Good evening. It's an honor to speak to you this evening about the Absecon National Junior Honor Society induction. I know that you know, and from the first two speakers, what this organization stands for and what our students have done to get here. I'm thrilled to report that this year we are inducting 27 students into our chapter. These exceptional students who have been selected for membership have cumulative GPAs of at least 93 and have completed a rigorous application, including a leadership and character evaluation form, which has been filled out by at least 5 teachers. As a former teacher and having filled those out on a high school level, I know that it's an honor to fill them out for students such as these. These students have participated in various school and community activities and projects. They're student athletes, they're musicians, they're members of the Girl and Boy Scouts, and they volunteer with their local churches and many other associations. Once inducted into the National Junior Honor Society, students continue to participate in a variety of community service activities, which our councilwoman just described. These activities and events will help the students complete mandatory 20 hours of community service per year, but we know it will be many, many more hours than that. Since its founding in 2019 by Mr. Kevin Burns with the help of Mrs. Sherry Leapy, more than 100 at-least students have been inducted into our chapter, not including today's 27 new members. We are so very proud of their accomplishments and foresee many more in their future time in the Absecon Public Schools and beyond. Congratulations to these new inductees and their families.
And finally, at this time, I would like to call on our superintendent, Dr. Dan Dooley, who would like to address our newest class of inductees.
Good evening, everyone. I'd say I'd keep it short, but if you know any superintendents, you would know that's just a lie. Absecon truly embodies the spirit of no one is an island. It takes a village to raise a child. In the spirit of that, I'd like to first thank our Board of Education representative, Ms. Linda Wallace, for her participation in this event, but more so for her daily advocacy and for the board's daily advocacy in ensuring that our children here in Absecon are receiving the best educational opportunities possible. If you look over all that we've been able to accomplish over the last few years, including starting of this National Junior Honor Society chapter, that comes from great support and insight from the governing body. I'd also like to thank Ms. Christine Parker for speaking on behalf of the city, and also as she sits next to Councilman Light and Councilman Clark. I think it's, when we talk about citizenship, what great role models these individuals are, both from the board and from council, as they support the schools and our communities in every way possible and in every step that we take. So we can't thank them enough for their continued partnership. Interesting enough, not only did we have our speakers, but Mr. Light was here fixing the emergency lighting issue we've had over the last few days and making sure tonight's event went perfect. And Mr. Clark, I got to know by being so impressed by his interaction through ASAC and being able to identify and talk about every student that walked by him in the hallways. You know, that was one of my first experiences here in Absecon, to know what a close-knit family we truly are. So we thank them. I'd like to thank my partner in crime, Mr. Kevin Burns. You know, his insight, his drive, his leadership has truly been inspirational to me and my entire staff. I'd like to thank Ms. Sherry Leapy, the National Junior Honor Society advisor. Ms. Leapy is a veteran teacher who enters every single day as if it's with the enthusiasm as if it's her first. And we just thank her for continuing to drive this organization, Safety Patrol, Absecon Education Association president, and all the things that she does each and every day to make our community successful. Our tremendous staff and coaches, everyone who's been responsible for influencing the children behind us and all 915 of us in a positive way on a daily basis. I'd like to thank you, our families, for your continued support of our children in partnership with our district. When home and school works together, children win, and tonight is a great example of that. So thank you for your partnership and for your guidance for these children. And for the reason we are all here, I'd like to recognize and congratulate this fine group of students who will receive the most prestigious honor offered by any academic institution, admittance to their honor society. A few facts. Our individual IQs are typically crystallized by the age of 8, or approximately 3rd grade. They traditionally don't go up or down significantly from then till the end of your lifetime. We also have Eric Erickson, famous American psychoanalyst, described most of individuals' personality as being formed by the age of 2, with just tweaks and refinements by the age of 5. Well, with that being said, then every single person up here is going to be a tremendous success, right? They have the aptitude, and they have wonderful personalities, and they have families who love them and support them. However, there are some additional factors that will determine success and outcome, and I'd like to share a couple of them from my personal experiences. One is making good decisions. The second, finding positive lessons even through the toughest of experiences, and continuing learning and listening to the good people around you. They say a person is the sum of the 10 people that they are closest to. An experience that changed my life was on my first day of school, 2nd semester, 19 years old. A car was coming at me, sliding on black ice. In a way of avoiding this car, I wound up driving off the road down an embankment. I was medevaced to Cooper Hospital, lost my vision and sight, didn't really know what was going on. But at the end, I probably learned the biggest lesson of my life by an interaction that I have that I remember still today. And at the time, the big technology was, I'm old, so 30 years ago, I know that's hard to put into perspective, but they used to take pictures of the cars from the impact as they land and the helicopter was landing. And the head physician came into my room after tests and such, and he said, there's been one person ever in the history of my 15 years as head physician here in the trauma center that has lived through an accident as severe as yours and gone home the same day. Do you know who that person is? I'm 19 years old. I didn't know much, so I said, no, sir, I don't. And he said, it's you. And if you ever think about drinking and driving, not wearing your seatbelt, he said, people come here, but they don't go home. And that stuck with me. But the very next sentence is really one of those key moments that I think defines an individual's life. He said to me, go home, regroup, but go on and make something of yourself. Do something so many people come here but never get the opportunity to do. Make something of yourself. So my message today to these wonderful individuals behind me, you have everything. You have the gifts, the talents, the blessings. Go ahead, make good decisions, do right things, and make something of yourself. You guys are on the right track. Super proud of you guys. Thank you for representing our school district so well, and we look forward to the wonderful, amazing things that you guys will accomplish in the future. Thank you.
At this time, will our new inductees please stand and raise your right hand while we recite the pledge of the National Junior Honor Society. Parents, you may follow along with the pledge that is located on the back of your program. I pledge to uphold the high purposes of the National Junior Honor Society, to which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands. I will be loyal to my school and will maintain and encourage the high standards of scholarship, of leadership, of service, of citizenship, and of character. Congratulations. Thank you, and you may now be seated.
And now, inductees, as your name is called, please come forward to perform the following 3 steps to complete your official induction into our MSC Attales chapter. First, to receive your certificate of membership from our chapter vice president, Alexandra Mastro, which commemorates this moment. Second, to be bestowed with your National Junior Honor Society stole by our current chapter members, which signifies your ascension from candidate to official member of the National Junior Honor Society. And finally, third, to sign the official MSC Attales chapter registry, which memorializes your entry into the nation's oldest, largest, and most prestigious student recognition program. Declan Allen. Zakiath Aminu. Marissa Bell. Lillian Calendar. Aaliyah Chowdhury. Mia Clark. Jordan Klingscale. Ryan Cox. Quinn Agizi. Rowan Entress. Ella Fragoli. Jackson Gorman. Munami Mazumder. Connor McNulty. Nestor Mercado. Rama Nissan Aga. Benjamin Oliver. Amber Pauley. Gia Phillips. Amna Rizwan. Jake Savell. Maeve Snyder. Alexandra Spalding Giuliani. Harry Sugden. Ryan Zecker. Andrea Vu. Grayson Zaki. And now, we would like to call up our principal, Mr. Kevin Burns, who will provide the closing remarks for an induction ceremony.
All right, so first I would like to give a thank you to Rose and Alex here for doing an awesome job leading the entire ceremony. I'd also like to thank our readers, Luna, Annalie, Aubrey, Victoria, Ahmed, Michael, and Zidon, who helped us out today. And also these guys. This was the biggest induction class we've had, and those guys were locked in all week. It was the easiest practice week I think I've ever had, so congrats to you guys. I'd also like to thank Ms. Broomhead, Mrs. Clark for their hard work on all the back-end stuff, the programs and different things like that, dotting the I's, crossing the T's. Mr. Seals with the help of the singers. How awesome were those 3 singers today? Excellent job. The custodians, they put in a lot of effort to make this night special. Tyrone, Don Snyder, John Rigsby, Joe Petrosh, Aaron Burkowski, Kelsey Allen, and any of the other custodial crew that I'm missing. They do an amazing job. They work their butts off. Bill Straka and Jerry Balone in the back, who were instrumental this week in getting the lighting right, the sound, and things like that. They're also streaming the event. Claire Sylvester for taking time out of her night to take photos of our students that'll be published at some point in the future. We'll give you the details on that later point. I'd also like to thank our class advisor, Ms. Sherry Leapy. This process is very involved, as one of the speakers today said, that this isn't just you get good grades, you're in. There's a 13-page packet that they need to fill out, documenting how they are, examples of how they are doing the 5 pillars of the National Junior Honor Society. So they have to get signatures from places in the community where they're given volunteer hours and things like that. So it's a very involved process, and somebody has to look over all of that. And Ms. Leapy spends a lot of time doing that. I also want to thank her for all the work that she does in the community with these kids. They do an amazing job, as it was noted, I think, by Ms. Parker tonight. Some of the things that they do, and especially the work that they do with our veterans. So thank you guys for that. I'd like to thank our PTO. I know there's a few PTO members out there. Anytime we ever need anything, they are always right there to support us. I want to thank Linda Wallace for coming this evening and sharing some words with our inductees. I'd like to thank Dr. Dooley, the entire Board of Education, for the support of this initiative that we started years ago, and Miss Christine Parker for coming tonight, Mr. Light I see, Alex Clark I see. If there's another councilman person out there, I don't see you, but I appreciate you. Those guys and gals are always supporting everything that we do, whether we're at the Veteran Park planting flowers, cleaning up, they're usually right there with us, so we greatly appreciate being such a great example for these kids. As they go on into their next journey shortly from here. I also saw, I can't see you now because of this spotlight, but I know that I saw some old members that are now in high school. If you could just stand for a second. I know I saw Michael, I saw Klinkscale, I saw Fergoli. Right, I'm not sure who else. Molly's probably here. I don't know who else is out there. You guys are now the new link in the chain, right? So just to put this into perspective, the first induction class will be coming home from college next week, all right? And years ago, they sat in those exact same seats, had to do all this community service and things like that. So there's a link in the chain here that will always be here. So years from now, you'll come back and maybe see your nephew or cousin or something like that, and I won't be here, but maybe even your kids will be inducted into this ceremony. But it's a special thing that you guys are now officially part of, and so I want you to know that from my heart, I am proud of you guys, and don't forget what I told you to do in there when you get home, because remember that you are awesome because they are awesome, right? Apples don't make oranges, right? Good kids usually have good role models in their lives that let them know right from wrong and doing the right things and focusing on what's to be focused on and things like that, right? Staying out of trouble, right? So those types of things. And if you're here, you're doing all that, right? And so you could be lucky and, maybe you're just doing it on your own. But I have a suspicion that maybe you're here because of what they have done over the years, even when you may not have really appreciated the restrictions and the conversations with mom and different things like that. So make sure you do that tonight when you get home. I also know that there is a special someone upstairs right now who is looking down on his favorite Blue Devil, and he's smiling, and he is beaming with pride tonight. So congratulations, everybody. This concludes our induction ceremony. I want to thank you all for coming. In a moment, we are going to bring everybody to the front of the stage to take a group photo, and then you are welcome to take all the photos that you want after. We will get the lights back on so you have a better picture. And now, I officially present to you the newest members of our MSC Attales chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. I forgot to mention there are refreshments. Please feel free to join us afterward. Great job, guys.